is everybody? Welcome to Sports Grind Season 2, Episode 22. My name's Tyler Wargo.
And I'm Mickey Perella.
And today we have lots to talk about. Not really, but lots to talk about in the Super Bowl. Because obviously we have the Super Bowl that happened last Sunday. Lots that happened. I'm shocked by the outcome of the match, of the football game. But without further ado, let's get right into it. The Buccaneers toyed with the Chiefs, winning the Super Bowl 31-9. So let's talk about this. As you see, we have Tom Brady just being a legend out there. I don't think he's a legend. I mean, obviously he is. Obviously he is.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that one.
I just don't like him. But it's just like, what's your thoughts?
My thoughts on the Super Bowl were this. The Chiefs absolutely just didn't show up. They didn't show up at all. I mean, they didn't score a touchdown. Patty Mahomes, I'm the greatest quarterback in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
No, he didn't score a touchdown in the Super Bowl when it counted the most.
And it's crazy.
Come on.
And it's crazy to me because, we see, as the season gets on, we've seen the Chiefs play so well in all these games, being that team to look at, being, for example, the Golden State Warriors of the NFL.
Definitely.
Having that great season. But it's that loss we saw was just embarrassing, and it was not what a lot of the NFL fans like us were seeing.
No, it wasn't, but it was a fantastic game plan by defensive coordinator Todd Bowles. What he did was he put Levante David, their linebacker, right on Kelsey, and then they double-teamed Tyreek Hill and said, you can't beat us with Tyreek Hill. And once Patrick Mahomes' two best weapons were covered, Patrick Mahomes kept getting hit by the rush and hit by the rush, and he didn't have any time to throw the football. And then when he tried to run the football, it was just a disaster.
I thought I was losing brain cells when I saw him running back. I was like, this man already went to the 30-yard line, and I heard one of the broadcasters is just like, as he now moves to the 30-yard line now. What is he doing?
He ran over 400 yards.
I'll tell you right now, his throwing is pretty good.
Yeah, his throwing is good.
I remember this one play, he got tackled and he did a spin, he did a sidearm spin. That throw is amazing.
Yeah.
I just feel like the Chiefs also got unlucky too. I'm not gonna be the type of people and say the refs, because I know a lot of people have been blaming the refs. I'm not gonna fully go on that. But they've had these great plays, but they've just been out of bounds. For example, that guy caught a touchdown, but it was out of bounds. You could have been up in the game. You could have been back in the game if you just counted that touchdown. But they were I think they were way too ahead of themselves going into that game.
Yeah, I think they were too. They were very confident and maybe a little bit arrogant because they didn't really show up. And as for Tom Brady, Tampa Bay, Tampa Tom, whatever you want to call it, Tom Brady, he did it again. His 7th ring. This guy just has the intangibles that no other person in the league has.
He's going to be, I think a lot of people are saying he's going to be retiring after this. No. Tom Brady is still young.
He's going to run it back.
No, he's still young. No, Tom Brady is still a young guy.
Yeah.
So, we're going to be seeing lots from him.
He plays really well. And here's the other thing.
He wants 10 rings. We have 10 fingers.
Yep.
He wants all those fingers to be.
And last thing, before we move on to the more points about Tom Brady is, guess what Tom Brady did? Guess what he did? He basically recruited his guys. Rob Gronkowski, Leonard Fournette, Antonio Brown, all had touchdowns in the Super Bowl. Now we got to ask you a question.
Don't sleep on Fournette.
Don't sleep on it. Playoff Lenny is for real. Now here's a question.
What?
Is Tom Brady the GOAT? Has he solidified himself as the no-doubt GOAT?
Well, it's hard for saying to him, but I'm just going to say yes.
I agree.
You gotta have respect.
Put respect on Tampa Bay's name. I mean, really, this guy has won 7 Super Bowls. 6 of them with the Patriots in the best position possible. And then he's like, Bill, I'm done. I'm sorry, Bill. I'm done. He leaves, he gets all his guys together, he's a whole band, and they win the Super Bowl in his first year in a pandemic-shortened year in a pandemic.
Gronkowski is also pretty young, too. I don't know why he retired a couple of years ago.
He was banged up and he had all these surgeries. Yeah, but now he's healthy.
It's kind of a hard one. I feel like he should be staying retired, in my opinion. Sorry.
Maybe.
I don't like Rob Gronkowski. Anyway, we take you over to now from the Super Bowl to now the NBA scores from last night. Lots of games have been played. Let's start off with the Rockets. They've been losing as of late. They lost again to the Hornets, 119-94. Ball is doing amazing right now.
Oh my gosh. I cannot say enough about LaMelo Ball. His passing skills are through the roof. A lot of people were doubting him because is his mind in it? Is he going to stop putting up bad shots?
A lot of the teams are jealous of the Hornets right now.
Oh my God. LaMelo Ball is balling out right now, and he is a true point guard. He can pass. He can shoot the 3-ball. He can make his teammates better.
He has ball in his name.
I know. And he's so much better than Lonzo in every single fashion of the game.
Oh yeah, Lonzo, he was good his rookie year, but then he just fell off.
Yeah. Another thing, Gordon Hayward has been unsung hero.
He's also good. Well, he's always
team.
been good, though.
He's always been good. He was good in Utah. He was good in Boston.
He was the best in Utah. I feel like he was the best in Utah.
He was. Then he went over to Boston. He kind of got hurt. And then Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum sort of kind of overtook him in his role. And so Gordon was like, I want to take the chance to shine. And he's doing it in Charlotte right now.
And we're seeing that, so...
Yeah, LaMelo and Gordon Hayward right now is a dynamic duo that's really low-key.
Yeah, so Raptors also win 128-113 facing the Grizzlies. Pascal Siakam was the man to look at as he dropped 32 points, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds. That was a great game right there, but obviously the Raptors got the job done. Raptors, we should be seeing them go pretty far this year.
We should. I mean, the Raptors have not been good this year as they were in past years because of Kawhi Leonard not being there and Serge Ibaka and Marc Gasol all on different teams. But you know what? They're still a good team that probably could get into the playoffs and maybe upset a team or two.
A lot of the teammates that they have now are like really young players. We don't know what they can hold. So just seeing these wins, got to keep an eye out on the Raptors, obviously, because there's more to come. Close game as the Wizards also beat the Bulls 105-101. Zach LaVine worked hard for the Bulls. Sadly, they could not win though. But Zach LaVine is underrated.
He really is.
He's been the guy. He's been underrated for the longest time. I haven't really been seeing a lot of people show him off.
No, a lot of people aren't showing enough love to Zach LaVine at all. I mean, he was on a terrible Timberwolves team, and then he kind of went to Chicago.
He's better on the Bulls, and he's now the player.
Yeah, he completely elevated in Chicago, and he's a really good player. The problem is that the Bulls are not really winning that many games. So the question is, will Zach LaVine get enough interest at the trade market, and will a better team like a contender trade for him and make their team better with LaVine? That's a really good question.
Yeah, that is a good question, because the Bulls kind of gave away a lot of their players, so we're not really going to be seeing that again. Also, we take you over to the Mavericks as they beat the Timberwolves 127-122. Timberwolves, it's not your year, but maybe next year.
Timberwolves have just been down in the dumps. I mean, they got some good talent over there, and I don't understand why they're not winning more games.
I mean...
Yeah, I mean, you got Towns, you got Wiggins, you got D'Angelo Russell, you got Malik Beasley, you got Anthony Edwards, the former #1 overall pick, and you're the worst team in the Western Conference.
Yeah, and
it's just not it right now for
shocking,
Minnesota.
And it's terrible for obviously the coach to see that. Spurs also defeated the Warriors 105-102. DeMar DeRozan scored 21 points. DeMar DeRozan, I mean,
he's another guy.
Underrated.
Another guy that's underrated. I mean, he was really, really good with the Raptors. And then, as soon as he got traded to the Spurs, no one's ever talking about him. Like, does he exist in the league? The guy averages 20 points a game every single year.
Yeah, I know.
He's just getting sucked up.
Like Zach LaVine, like they're all like carrying their team, and a lot of people are not seeing that.
Yeah, exactly, and we can see that. We can see those guys that aren't getting that.
You want to know what what the sports world's thinking about right now with all that? They're thinking of we're just gonna focus on LeBron James and AD and Lonzo Ball. We're not gonna worry about these other guys, because we all have our each talent with us. We each hold something special, obviously.
Exactly.
I just feel like they gotta put more focus on these other teams, not just a team that made it to the end.
And think about this. Last year, the Spurs did make the playoffs after making the playoffs for the last 20 years, and the Spurs are back in it this year. Why are they winning? DeMar DeRozan. He's playing a lot better than he has.
He also picked up the greatest chemistry ever with the teammates, obviously.
I know.
So
exactly.
That's great to see. Suns also defeated the Cavaliers 119-113, another big game. The Suns defeating the Cavaliers, big win right there by the Suns. But we'd like to see more from the Suns, though, from this year.
Definitely. The Suns with Devin Booker and Chris Paul, that dynamic backcourt duo is getting it done right now.
Yeah, and I would like to see them show it. I like them to make it to the playoffs.
I think they are going to make it to the playoffs. The Suns have been playing well. I definitely going to be a tough team to beat in the Western Conference Finals.
I agree. Bucks also defeat the Nuggets 125-112. Giannis Antetokounmpo is just dominating he has been for years, and I think he's gonna get another MVP for this year.
I don't think this year. Sometimes when people vote MVP and they do well, sometimes you get a little fatigued and you're like, we want to pick someone.
And they lose it over time.
Exactly. A guy to keep an eye on for the MVP is Joel Embiid of the Philadelphia 76ers and LeBron James.
Although Antetokounmpo is picking up the wins for the Bucks and
he is
tremendously helping the Bucks out right now.
Along with his teammates Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday. The real question is, can the Bucks win in the playoffs? Because consistently, they underachieve in the playoffs.
Yeah, I do see that. Like, they had, like, that one good center, but it's not going to carry your team all the way through the playoffs. Maybe it's going to get you to the playoffs, but it's not going to carry you through the playoffs, is what I mean. Lakers also defeated the Thunder 119-112. LeBron James scored 28 points, 14 rebounds, and 12 assists. He's a god. That's crazy.
Triple-double.
That's crazy. Triple-double. I mean, a lot of these guys would get, like, 20 points a game, maybe like 6 assists, maybe like 3 rebounds. But 14 rebounds and 12 assists and 28 points is insane. And that's due to him being able to work with his team. Him being able to work with his team is the reason why he's getting.
And think about this.
Yeah.
There was 4 stars coming out of LeBron James' draft class. There was Chris Bosh, who retired because of blood clots. You got Dwayne Wade, who also retired because he wanted to retire.
Chris Bosh is also old. He's been playing.
And Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony's still in the league, but he's not the star he once was. Now he's a role player in Portland. LeBron James is still the best player in the league at age 36, and that is special. It really is special.
Yeah, I agree. And I still think he still wants to play that extra 4 more years until he's 40 years old. He's gonna he's been born to play basketball. So.
He has.
Well, there's more to come from LeBron James. Yeah, true. Like, he's been looking the same too with his body and everything for like years now. So
yeah,
it's good to see right there. So lots has happened, lots to look at in the NBA right now. In my opinion, the teams to look at right now: Spurs, Bulls, Raptors, and Lakers and Hornets.
Definitely.
Oh, and Suns.
Yeah, Suns are up there too. By the way, guess what's starting in a couple weeks? Major League Baseball spring training is coming up. I know it might not feel like it, but it's coming up soon. So we'll be on that really in a couple weeks.
It did feel like a while actually though.
Yeah.
Like, it's like baseball is like my favorite sport, so like it's felt like the 4 months has just been timeless. So
yeah, exactly.
So that's hype to see. We'll be back with that. I know we're going to be paying attention to the Dodgers, the Mets, all of our new teammates. Like, he has Francisco Lindor.
Yep.
I have
Trevor Bauer.
So lots to happen. So I'm pretty happy about that. So without further ado, guys, thank you guys for tuning into the Sports Grind Season 2, Episode 22. And without further ado, my name's Tyler Wargo.
And I'm Mickey Perella.
Thank you guys for tuning in to Sports Grind Season 2, Episode 22.